Daytona. What started at the beach became a family affair, where moments are made and champions reborn.
Drivers, start your engines!
It all began on the sands of Daytona in 1949. The beach itself was the course, begging for challengers. The pioneers of the sport like Lee Petty, Fireball Roberts, and Junior Johnson dominated. The event grew, and the need for a permanent facility did as well. Construction began in 1957, known as Daytona International Speedway. 2 years later, the track was completed. The race moved from the beach to the first ever high bank superspeedway, with 42,000 spectators in attendance. It was a finish too close to call, taking 3 days for Lee Petty to be declared the winner. The following year, Junior Johnson discovered the draft, granting the victory to an inferior car. The 70s saw a heated rivalry between the King and the Silver Fox, David Pearson. Petty tamed the track, winning the Great American Race a record 7 times. Pearson finally upended the King, wrecking across the line in 1976 for his lone win. 1979 came with a perfect storm. A blizzard ravaging along the mid-Atlantic put NASCAR on the center stage for its first ever live broadcast. And it did not disappoint. Leaders Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison beat and banged on the final lap, wrecking and handing the win to the lucky Richard Petty.
And there's a fight between Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison. The tempers overflowing.
This moment put NASCAR on the map around the country and cemented the Daytona 500 as a major sporting event. 1985 saw Awesome Bill begin his Winston Million run after a dominating 500 performance. 2 years later, Elliott set a lap so fast that it has not been broken since. The high speeds that tracks like Daytona and Talladega produced began to result in terrifying crashes. Beginning in 1988, the restrictor plate was introduced, reducing speeds and bringing the field closer together to the packs that we see today. In 1989, Darrell Waltrip finally wins after a 17th try.
Oh, I won the Daytona 500! I won the Daytona 500!
While the Intimidator falls short yet again the next year.
Earnhardt's car blows up! Earnhardt blows a tire in turn number 3! Derek Cope wins the Daytona 500 in a remarkable upset here at the World Center of Racing.
Frustrations continued for Earnhardt, who found ways to lose the race year after year, even flipping his car in the final laps of the 1997 event.
I thought they were back there ready to load that car on the wrecker. I thought that's what we was waiting on, and first thing I knew, Dale Earnhardt was driving it down pit road.
But his luck was about to change.
This could be the Daytona 500. Bobby Labonte goes to the outside.
Labonte up high. Earnhardt uses the lap car of Rick Bass as a pick. 20 years of trying, 20 years of frustration. Dale Earnhardt will come to the caution flag to win the Daytona 500. Finally. Every man on every crew has come out to the edge of pit lane to congratulate the man who has dominated everything there is to win in this sport, except this race, until today.
The Daytona 500 is ours. We've won it, we've won it, we've won it.
It's turned sideways. He'll take Schrader. Earnhardt and Schrader are in the wall.
Dale Earnhardt took a really hard shot into that outside wall. We'll update you further there.
In 463 tries, finally Michael Waltrip is going to win.
What started as one man's greatest day became the sport's darkest.
This is undoubtedly one of the toughest announcements that I've ever personally had to make. We've lost Dale Earnhardt.
We should be celebrating the first victory of Michael Waltrip's Winston Cup racing career. Instead, NASCAR says goodbye to the man who was indeed the sport.
The entire world of racing is stunned right now as NASCAR not only loses the best driver of this era, but quite possibly the best driver in history of NASCAR racing.
After the sport's great loss came a great change. Tracks were reconfigured to be safer, safety devices mandated, in a car that would prove never again to claim the life of a driver. 3 years after his passing, the Earnhardt name rose to the top yet again, this time being his son, Dale Jr.
Good God, I'm Daytona 500 champion. I can't believe it.
Forever, Dale, forever.
Earnhardt's protege, Harvick, made a move that would have impressed the Intimidator himself.
Crash, here they come, checkered flag. Harvick. We got one car still.
The biggest upset the sport has ever seen.
Unbelievable.
What?
First win in 10 years for what is now a part-time team. The Wood brothers return to victory lane at Daytona.
A rain delay sent the event for the first time into prime time and into the next morning.
Holy cow, what happened? Larry, he just slammed
He hit the jet drop.
And all that spilled jet fuel found something hot to ignite it.
A first for the female in the sport.
And there is the new leader in qualifying, Danica Patrick.
And the closest 500 finish ever.
This is the finish of the Daytona 500. Side by side, bouncing off each other.
I think it was Denny Hamlin.
I have it as Hamlin.
A race where winning is everything.
The 3-car going back to victory lane.
Careers incomplete without conquering. This is the Daytona 500.